Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We back at it. We back at it. We back at it again. It's your boy Professor Pippin. Chicken head bitch on our trader agent trying to get at it, trying to get live. Boy, I had to back up my son in the background sleeping. But yeah, it was a good week, a good week, and some more good weeks. If you watch that weekend analysis, you definitely had a chance to come up. Um, I'm gonna try to get to it and keep it real quick and real sweet. Just do a little quick compare and contrast of what we looked at from the weekend analysis. Uh, where we at right now. As far as AU, we're gonna break that one down last. I'm gonna do a little bar replay, a little back test to show you how you could have got active throughout the week based off of the way that I kind of line this thing up and put it in perspective for you. Go ahead and put that right on the weekly open. We're gonna break it down on this screen. This is the same screen we did the back testing on a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks last week. Haven't deleted it just yet. Definitely want to come back and finish that up. Try to see if we can take the market back to the top side of it. It's gonna continue to go bearish. But so far, yeah, we're gonna start off with that UCAD coming from the weekend analysis. We was looking for UCAD to go bullish. I think this is the pair or the chart that I said based off what we saw off of the daily or the weekly open at right up in her. Based off of what we saw on the daily, we saw price action pushing up, bullish right here, bullish trend, bullish. We finished the week retesting the daily range high, but bullish structure, bullish trend right here. We was in a bearish range. We was pushing bullish, and this is the one I think I said on by the way the candles look, um, based off the of weekend analysis, we want to see price action continue to go bullish. Based off where the candles were formulating right up in here, I thought price action was gonna go bullish for the week. 4 hour when you bring that analysis back. Like I said, we was identifying bearish on the daily from that high down to that low. And what we were looking for to see was how far price action pulled back to see when we could resume taking back those shorts. Things that we saw in the lower time frame 4 hour, 1 hour was that price action was trending in the bullish manner up to the top side. And you might not want to try to hop in them short too quick because you can get your ass cooked. One of the things that I will outline on AU it's that last chance use zone. Basically, an area based off of Fibs level where we said price action close above that area, we probably gonna go bullish. And we didn't close above that area, was between the 0.7 and 786 for me on the field scale, all the way back since January 17th. So we started pushing above that level. So a lot of confluence is based off of the things that I identified based off of experience within the market that kind of showed me where price action was gonna go. But this weekly open was right up on her. And as we were looking at this, we said, okay, well, price action kind of created a little bit of support. Bearish on the daily, bullish on the 4H, bullish on the hourly. But price action kind of, at the end of the last week, we closed off. We were kind of, formulating higher highs and higher lows on the hourly time frame. So we just identified this little area right up in here based off of these two candles, or based off of this one candle for the most part. This bearish candle here, because this candle wasn't here yet. But yeah, so price action, we come back down here, we respect this area, then potentially we could go back bullish. Now, I don't know if I actually 100% pointed that out, but we did have that hourly range identified. Oh, excuse me. And we said if price action break above that hourly range, then we definitely should be looking for bullish continuations. On Tuesday, right before the New York session, this probably would have been a little bit tricky for me because price action wicks below. If you go down to the 15-minute, you will see candles closing below this area. But that's why I said on one of my previous videos, I don't like watching the price action from the 15-minute. I like watching from the hourly and higher, simply because on the 15-minute, right up in here, we're gonna highlight that real quick. Trying to make the video too long, but right up in here, you're gonna see candles closing below that area, which could potentially mean by the way that we traded, we potentially looking for breakout shorts. Now that price action has closed below, but when you go back to that hourly, you do see that that hourly candle is rejecting right up in here. And I think, let me go back. I'm gonna tell you no false information. We ended up we rejected, we closed weak bearish. So right here, looking at this, if I was at UCAD on Tuesday, potentially just wanted to wait till the 15-minute at this point since we have tapped into completely into this 1 hour support right here. Want to see price action roll back over bullish from 15-minute from that perspective. And only then could you potentially start striking and start lining up buy positions on UCAD. Simply targeting that 4 hour resistance looking left. But yeah, you got a pretty much good little bit of ways once price action finally would have rolled over bullish for you to get all the way back up there, 75 of them things. So if you ain't had a chance to look at that weekend analysis, look at that weekend analysis, see the stuff that I'm pointing out now, and you can see how I pointed out prior to price action doing what it's doing. But right here, we're making lower lows and lower highs. Price action pushed up, came back down, failed to make new highs. So we're still bearish at this point, going down on the hourly wick and below this level. And then we shot up out of there during the New York session right up in here, that New York 8 o'clock candle. We tried to go back down. We even got a bearish print and price action immediately closed above. So at this point, had I been at UCAD during New York session, probably would have took buys as soon as this candle closed like this, and then this candle broke the high of this candle right over here. So it probably would have been about 9:15 where I've been really, really ready to hop off in that thing. But yeah, so now price action just bullish throughout the rest of the week. I was not able to come over here and capture any of these profits over here because I was tuned in to AU a good bit. I'm gonna bring up that chart here in a little bit and show you all those potential setups. But yeah, overall, price action did continue on UCAD to the top side. Looking at what price action has done, looks like we have created a new 4 hourly range. We did not break through that daily supply slash resistance way back and over here, but I do believe it's gonna keep going. This is another situation right here where you probably want to wait to about Tuesday or Wednesday, let that market breathe a little bit so it can really show you where it wants to go. But for the most part, when we go into that weekend analysis, we had that thing lined up something like this, and then for our resistance, if let me see, okay, yeah, we pushed up here. We broke and then we came back above. Yeah, so as long as we stay above this low right here, which is at 135, 414, but 135, 400, as long as we stay above there, potentially we could expect price action to continue to keep creeping to the top side. Right here, I would not bump down to the 15 minute and want to see it roll over bullish. I would just want to see how we hold up this support first and then see if we can break this high. So generally, probably about Monday or Tuesday when you probably start seeing enough price action to see if we don't break this low and if we break this high, then yeah, definitely once we get a bull, catch you some gas and get active. Clicking on the GU. GU didn't do a whole bunch of Nathan bumping out from the daily. Let's see that let me see. Let me see. Oh, based on the data we was identifying bearish. We did push into that last chance U on off that fib level. Yep, we pushed into it and then we started back reacting bearishly. So we kind of was expecting the short to play out over here on GU, but it looked like we are still consolidating for 3 weeks within this 4 hour range. And then this hourly range is also creating a little consolidation right up in there, not really giving us too much to go with. So like I said, with GU, if you got some good scalping techniques and you know how to get in and get out, right now you can get active on GU. But outside of that, if you're trying to swing, you're gonna get caught because price action just oscillating in one spot, one zone for a long period of time. This 4 hour zone started way back on February 2nd, and it's now March 2nd now. So a whole month, you just been sitting in that same price action area, same range. So pretty much want to let GU breathe. It is giving you action outside of these hourly ranges, but outside of that, that ain't really too much. Let's see how many pips the whole hourly range is. Oh, 108. So I mean, yeah, like I said, if you got good scalping techniques and you know how to get out, you know how to take them profits, whether you didn't hit you a 20 pip or a 30 pip, or you know how to get out of the market, then go ahead. But if you struggling, don't want to close them trades and want to keep holding on hope, you'll get your head cooked. So let GU breathe, come back to it. Clicking over UJ and do a whole bunch of nothing. Still consolidating within the hourly range as well. The daily is identifying bullish, 4 hours bullish, and the hourly is consolidating. So we want to see price action really show us where it wants to go on UJ. Because right now it ain't doing a whole bunch of Nathan sitting in that same ass spot. Potentially could have caught some shorts this week as price action closed below 150. 062 by that 150, 050 area, but as you can see, it pushed down and came right back above, and then we still stuck in that range here at the top. I'm open up the candles a little bit so everybody can see in the back. But overall, you ain't really looking at nothing. Go back. You're looking at a bunch of nothing right over here. Price action opened up here. We pushed down. We came back to retest that hourly resistance. We came down, tried to leap to the downside. At this point, you got a ton of liquidity building above this 1 hour resistance. And price action is just oscillating in that area. So just let it be what it is. Like I said, you know how to scout. I probably wouldn't even try and scout this because it ain't going nowhere. Supports are not being respected. This resistance is being respected. So if you're looking for some quick shorts, then yeah, you definitely have some shorting opportunities. Break, retest, break again, retest. So potentially it could come back down again and try to push it deeper within this 1 hour support. I'll probably go down to the 15 minutes, see if there's a little demand zone somewhere right up in here. Based off of this hourly, I would probably identify something like this. Over this candle on the bottom of that last, and then say, okay, well, demand has already been retested. So I don't really want to see price action come back down this way again. If I think price action is going to continue to go bullish, do see a little bit of support area right here. I'll zoom in for all the people in the back. And I'm calling this a support based off of price action was bearish here. We pushed back up, we came back down, tried to go lower, and we could not, and we got up out of there big bullish. So if price action can hold up at this little support right here, then potentially we could start going back bullish. But right now, it's not showing you that, my friend. That's just, speculation at this point. So you don't see it, you don't trade it. Let me get up out of there. So that's it for you, Jay. Clicking over to GJ. GJ is bullish on the daily, bullish or was bullish on the forex. One of the things that we did see was this 4 hour support that we have from the weekend analysis identified has closed below. So now we can successfully close in that daily range from the low way down here that was created on February 1st. And we finally created a high on February 24th. Let's see, So from here, goes below. So your new 4 hourly range will look something like this right here. 4 hour resistance. And like we broke this on the hourly, so we can identify that little 4 hour support. So this is everything you want to be paying attention to. This high and this low currently within the market on GJ. And like we try to set up these continuation shorts, we had a lower time frame retracement right up in here. So you could have took those continuation shorts right there if you was in the market on Thursday, February 29th. I was not messing with UJ. This is what it looks like GJ. This is what it looks like on a lower time frame. So we wanted to see price action close below this little 4 hour support. We was looking to see from the weekend analysis if this imbalance field was going to hold on. Price action crash right through it, crash right through this 4 hour support right over here. And then so we was looking for the break and the retest of that area. It actually pushed a little bit higher and dumped off a little bit. So potentially, if you was at the charts, London session doing your thing, you probably could have caught 50 of them things to the downside, but then it immediately returned, failed to break the high. So this would have been confirmation of let's definitely hop in some shorts right here. We got the break, we got the retest, failed to break the high right over here, and then it leaked off some more. So this definitely would have been an A+ setup right here. Came all the way down as far as 95 of them things. So just basically setting up the trade and the psychology based off of price action, breaking that 4 hour range. By that daily range now being completely established, we definitely can draw in that fears and say, okay, well, how far do we think price action gonna pull back to? From the bottom to the top. All right, we got the golden zone way down here, and then we got that last chance you right down in here. So potentially we could start to see this 4 hour range start to staircase to the downside until we hit that 50, reverse and go back bullish, or we could come back as deep as this 070, which will be 187.50 area in the market before we start to see that 4 hour rollover back bullish. So definitely sit back and get your popcorn at the start of the week for GJ, because it definitely could take you on a roller coaster ride if you get your direction wrong. We all know UJ or GJ like to shoot. When it does, line it up from 3. So definitely be ready for your and have your direction correct. Get rid of this. Have your direction correct, because you can't get cooked out here in these streets. What I do see, price action has closed above that hourly, so we definitely got that 4 hour range solidified with that support right up in there, and then we're gonna sit back and wait. Clicking on the gold. If you watch my analysis on gold, I told you when we close above the hourly resistance, I would like to take some buys back into that by that 2050, 2051 area. Now, it would have been tricky to catch these buys all the way up to the top because we came above and then we retraced all the way back down, found a little supportive area on the 15-minute chart right up in here. Open this up for all the people in the back. found a little supportive area right over here on the 15-minute, retested it, pushed above, failed to create. So I had to retest again and go grab some liquidity, breaking above this low, but still maintaining this little supportive area within the market. We did not close below that area, but we did grab liquidity from here. This area became your liquidity target simply because this push to the top side did not break that high. So this could have been kind of expected, but as long as price action did not close below that 15-minute little support there, boom, right to the top side. So I know my boy Roger, or Raja Banks, likes to trade that gold a lot. I didn't come over here and touch none of this because that ain't what I do. But looking at this on the top down analysis, we kind of were expecting gold to go bullish. We simply jump back out to that 4 hour time frame. What we said was on the higher time frame, gold was identifying bullish on the daily, as far as the daily range from the low to the high. And then we saw this pullback and immediately price action skyrocketed and pushed up to the top side. What kind of created that little bit of demand zone. And then price action, I don't know how many weeks ago that was. Oh, it's not last week, is it? This week is just past 24. Yeah, it was. It's 2 weeks ago, actually. Touched into that demand zone from right over here. And then we skyrocketed to the top side again. And it looked like, no, we didn't break, but we got up there though. But yeah, it skyrocketed to the top side and gave you some good bullish price action. So if you was a gold trader, last week was definitely some opportunistic times to hop off in that thing. It did not sit in that same market like we kind of saw in UJGU. I mean, in that same area, it got up out of there to the top side staircasing, low to the high, higher low, higher high, new higher low area. So this now will turn into your 1 hour support, and then uh you could say higher high, higher low, higher high, all that good stuff, but it ain't drawn in. So that's pretty much it for the market. We'll jump over here to AU. I did not delete or I did delete, but I went back and drew back in where I tried to get active from this week. It was a back and forth week. Um definitely, definitely could have started the week off with some A plus gas right over here. Full targets could have been smashed out. I said could have because I didn't get in. 45 of them things. But yeah, I'm gonna do a little back testing area, back testing price action on this right here, and kind of give you a little insight of what I was looking at as the market was continuing to roll on. But I wanted to hop in some shorts right over here, and then I saw something on the lower time frame when it closed that made me not get in. Um, right over here, this price action created that Asian range. We pump fake the highs and shorted off lower. I was sitting at the charts and I was waiting. I said, price action come back into this area and push into this little candle right over here. Open it up, push into this little candle right over here. It does not go above, then I'm hopping in. I put my thing on the I put my trade identifier, whatever you're gonna call that shit at this point. I had that on the chart sitting there waiting on it for it to come back. It's only about 8:30 right here. Price action pulled smooth into it. I didn't like the way this candle closed, so I did not hop in. I was waiting for the buys to say, okay, well, if price action does close above, as soon as we break that high, I want to hop into those buys. Buys didn't play out, shorts did, and I missed all the good action, all the good action. But we're not gonna jump back to that other chart on AU that I said I had identified or that I wanted to do the back testing on, and then we're gonna get busy. For the most part, same rules apply as the other back testing videos. Um, I can't say I'm gonna blank everything because I don't want to erase my other data, but we're gonna start it back from where the weekly started from, and then we just gonna identify how we had things marked up from the weekend analysis of last week. So basically, we started things off with that daily identified from the low, pushed up. Have not had a 4 hour structural break back to the downside just yet. So would have been looking something like this. It would have that 4 hour support right up in there. And then we had that 4 hour high right up in here. Now, because price action tapped into this little imbalance area looking for left, I'm guessing that's why price action shorted out. Or, we just needed to do that retracement phase. Now, the rules, we got a 4 hour support, 4 hour resistance. We're looking at it from 4 hour standpoint at this or standpoint at this point. Daily is bullish, 4 hour is pushing bullish, high low, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. I'm go ahead and bump down to that hourly so I can finish drawing in all the rest of the little knickknacks I like to put on here. The London open here. Thought I heard my youngin. But yeah, like I said, couldn't tell you why price action leaked off. It just needed that higher time frame retracement from all this bullish price action. We need to pull back down. Or if we ran into that imbalance looking left. And that's what gave it the gas to start pushing back to the downside. But for the most part, coming in from the weekend analysis, what we said was we like price action to continue to go bullish from last week. But when I seen this close right here with these candles below this little area right here, it made me kind of start to wonder. Also, second confluence was we pushed into this little imbalance area here, right up there. So that was another confluence that had me in the back of my mind, like we might not go bullish immediately to start the week off, because I see two bearish signs, or actually three bearish signs, if you take it all the way back to this little imbalance field from way back over here. Three bearish signs that say price action might be ready to go bearish for just a little bit. We might have a bearish week incoming. So let me draw that in. So confluence number one, as this price action pushed up here. Okay, I can remember to keep opening the chart so everybody can see. So price action bullish on the daily, bullish on the 4 hour weekend analysis. As this price action pushed to a higher high, higher low, higher high right here, we came down and closed below that area, pushed below, wick below. For me, in my eyes, I feel like if price is going to respect the level, it will not go below it or above it, if depending on which way price action is going. But we broke below, came back into this imbalance area. We created a high with this move and came back up. We gave you somewhat equal highs, but I would have liked to see it push up way above this high. I mean, even if it's only about 5 pips and close that way and then start to pull back, if I thought price action was going to go bullish. So I'm going to hit that play button. So coming to the agent session, we just want to see how price action wants to open up. I think I even had lower time frame kind of identified like this to say for sure, whichever side we break first, then, we're going to start to try to identify in that manner. We break to the downside, then we start looking for them shots. We break to the top side, we start looking for them buys. So we hit that play button. So coming to the agent session, and we see price action leak to the downside. First thing we see, some leakage coming in the market. We say, okay, well, the other confluences that we had built up from 1, 2, and 3 looking left, kind of confirming. We kind of seeing where we kind of price action is kind of confirming that now. So let's see what happens. So then we break through that 15-minute support. We actually wick through it once price action closed. So looking at this, bump down to the 15. Yeah, this is right where I saw and said, okay, well, price action comes and pull back into that area, and I want to hop into them shorts. So even like to I would even like to go back just a little bit right here on the 15-minute time frame, because I like for you to see what I saw. So I see price action doing this. We down on the 15-minute now. I see price action do that. I see price action do that. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I see kind of my agent high. I can't remember what I identified as the low, but somewhere from right over there, and then probably something like right up in here. So my confluence as far as lower time frame, I'm looking for the break and a retest coming back into the low Asian range and then leak off again. So at this point, I'm like, yeah, I want to get active. I want to put this in there right there. I'm gonna put stops immediately at the top, and then um at the beginning of the week, I think there was something over here I had identified. I was looking for price action to come back into. I think it was this little area right here. This is what I was targeting. I think I had it marked something like this. All right, so then I didn't have targets at this 4 hour support. I was looking for to come all the way down here. Now I didn't expect Sunday night's Asian session to reach all the way down there. But, like I said, I feel like the Asian gives you that opportunity to definitely hop into some quality setups to where the London can either, continue you or give you a retracement. Then the New York session can then continue or give you a retracement. So looking at this on the 15, I'm looking for the Asian session to give me that quality premium entry. And then I'm looking for the London and New York session to do its thing and push me on down to the targets right down here. So then we push. That would have been my sniper week entry. But as you see how that candle developed just now, how it, wicked into that area, then they closed big bullish like that. I'm gonna replay it one more time for all the people in the back who didn't get to see it. To have my mouse in the way. I ain't gonna keep doing this throughout the whole video. I just want to show y'all this initial trade, because that definitely would have set up the rest of the week to what I wouldn't have had to try to look for too many more trades had I hopped in this one. But hit that play button. We close down. I'm looking at it. I'm watching it. I see this happen right here. See that candle close? I'm like, oh, okay. Maybe a liquidity grab. Did I see that candle wick and then close like that? I was like, oh dang, yeah, let me hold on, let me wait. And then that happened, and then that happened, and then that happened, and then that happened, and so on and so forth. So I did not get in because at this point it's now looking like okay, we came and we grabbed liquidity from price action looking left, and now we want to return back bullish. I was kind of, up in the air because higher time frames are bullish, but we were starting to see some signs to where price action wants to go bearish. So I did not hop in. I just sat back and watched, and then price action eventually got away from me. And then we continued on into that London because we continued to do this. And then London session popped off, and then it was too late because I was off of the charts at that time. So didn't really take anything on Sunday. Got that London session there. Go ahead and line up to that next Asian session. And I can't remember or not if I was looking for anything throughout the New York. Might have just I might have just let price action do its thing, and then I probably just was checking the charts back and forth, but I wasn't really looking to execute anything because my initial entry right here, once I saw that start to pull, I was like, bitch. Um, but yeah, so the London session we right here, we looking to see what it's gonna do, continuation or retracement, and as you can see, we got a little bit of retracement at the start of the London session. Um, Going into that New York session is when we got that continuation. The continuation allowed for price action to really push into this 4-hour support. So if I was watching this in the New York session, what I would have wanted to be seeing was price action firmly close below here to confirm to continue to take those shorts. Because generally we would have it lined up something like this with them continuation sales below that area. So I'm looking for price action to really close below and then come back and get busy right up in that area. But New York session did something like this, and that brings us into the Asian session. So right here, seeing price action not close really below, we kind of just wicked it. Not really seeing price action do its thing to the downside. I'm kind of like, are we gonna go bearish? We was kind of looking for the longs for the most part, but price action is starting to go bearish, and we done missed out over here. That thing that kind of pushed a little bit away from initial entry, we've probably been up 28 of them things. Had we got in, we were targeting a little area down here. But what happens right here now that that 4-hour level has been broken, we kind of can solidify that daily range from that low to the high way up here, which then would have put more confluences on the board as far as what we'd have been looking for, as far as how far do we think price action is going to continue to go bearish. So we would have just hopped out to this, put that fibs on, then we would have drew in that golden zone. Looking for this, see what price action does once you get back into that level. Then also that last chance view. So right back up in here, and just drag it over. Kind of set up real quick. On extend, we got a teal right there. We come here, on extend, a little golden, and get rid of the fields. All right, so then I got a couple levels down here where I'm thinking price action is going to act up from. But what I'm looking for with these, as always, is I want to see if we get into this 50%, start to consolidate and then give a bullish reaction. Do we get into this demand zone, start to consolidate and get the bullish reaction? Fortunately, right here, the golden zone and the demand zone looking left that had not been retested is kind of in the same area. So we got, two confluences on top of each other in the last area within the market. If we get down here to this blue area and price action does not consolidate and give you some gas back to the top side, then we going to continue to go bearish to keep coming down. So coming into this Asian session, only thing I see to say, okay, let's sit back and wait for a trade. This little imbalance right here that is on the chart right there for us, staring at us in the face. So we can sit back and say, okay, well, if the Asian session gives me something back into that area, start to consolidate, then I could potentially get busy. Based off of this, the hourly, something like this right here. We got the resistance way up there. And we had a slight break in structure on the 15, so we can now line up that support. And then we get active. So we hit that play button. Price action immediately goes down to retest that support. And then it finally breaks through. Um, I can't remember if I took shorts right here. I think I might have tried the hot buys. I don't know. Let me jump back and see. Yeah, I did try the short right there. Because I was looking for the continuation shorts. And then damn it. It went all the way through. Replay it back. All right. So as the Asian session opened up, where we at 7 o'clock, so we jump down to the 15. Um, what we see is price action bearish right here. We did push up and started breaking close above little price action here, little highs over here. So right now, what we wait to see is price action just roll back over bearish on the 15 minutes. So we pushed up, came back down, gave you a new high, immediately broke below this low, pulled up, failed to create, and I think I hopped in somewhere right over here. Um, like I said, yet again, same targets was down here in this little demand zone based off of the higher time frames, which came from the original trade right over here. And so we broke that right there, stops right up over above there. Now, the thing I noticed when I hopped into this trade was these equal highs. I don't like putting stops next to equal highs right over here because price action is usually attracted to that shit. Um, the other thing that kind of had me kind of about this trade was that imbalance did not get filled before we continued. So I got two strikes against me as far as hopping in this trade and as far as how I think the success is going to go. Because I see identifying things on the chart that let me know that price action could find its way back up into the top side before continuing to go bearish because of those two double tops right there and that fucking imbalance that didn't get filled. So go ahead and place that Londonese right over here. You hit that play button and see how it worked out for you, Brett. So we did catch some leakage. When I saw this in the market, I was like, oh yeah, we good to go. We good to go. So I hadn't trailed stops or anything at this point. I don't know why, but yeah, price action does all that right there to me. Come back and smack me out right at them double tops right there. And then I was upset. And we actually even came back and tapped into that imbalance area. Now at this point, I ain't at the charts 1 o'clock in the morning, let that thing go because what it looks like from the higher time frame is we are not going to continue to go bearish. It looks like we just grabbed a little bit of liquidity from this low right over here, maybe even tapped into something looking left, and now we're going to continue to go bullish. So um, going into the London, I'm not on the charts at this point, so we're just letting the price action do its thing, sleeping. Um, and then we come back and just look and see what the New York session doing, and potentially how we could get ready for Monday night's Asian session or Tuesday night's Asian session. All right, so I had a loss right over there. Got smacked. Like I said, I saw price action leak and I was geeked up. I'm like, oh yeah, we about to go. I know we about to go. So we pushed up about 13 pips. My rule, especially being a scalper, if we didn't push 10 pips or more, you better go ahead and trail them stops because you could price action could turn around on your ass just like it did right here. And I got clapped up for a loss right over there. Price action did end up coming back into that imbalance. We actually look like we coming back to retest deep within that hourly resistance. Did I play button? See what happened. All right, so we get into the London. London session push right up into that level. Do we grab liquidity? No, we don't. We just roll right on over. So then I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward that thing on to the next Asian session. Okay, go ahead and drag over. We have not tapped into any of these zones, so these zones are still active. There's still a possibility that price action could come back down here. But what I do want to do is I do see now that we have successfully closed below this 4-hour support. So now this 4-hour support is no longer valid, and we have a new 4-hour range starting to form. The hourly range looks like it's still intact. Yeah, we did not break that high. We did break this low. So this low is no bueno. And now we're looking to see what price action is going to do based off of this break and this retest back up into this resistance. Do we come back and then continue bearish structure, or do we get back up out of there to the top side? So hit that play button all the way to Asian session and see what we're going to do, see how we're going to get active. Watching it now from the 15-minute time frame. All right, boom. So now seeing this, what I saw was, okay, well, we did break structure on the 15-minute time frame back to the top side. I saw this as a break and then a retest coming back into the area that caused this big push. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, well, we maybe gonna stop going bearish from here. Maybe we're gonna be bullish. So I'm looking for buys at this point within the market. Um, there was a big ass wick on, yeah, right over here on the hourly time frame. This wick was kind of like the break in the retest for me. Um, even though I should have kept reading the same way I was reading, going bearish, came back and field is imbalance, retested resistance. I saw this as a push, pull back with this wick, and then now we're gonna continue to push. So as price action started to short off, yeah, I hopped in some longs. Just let that thing play on out, and I'll show you how I got in that play button. So we did this right here, and then let me see, is that what I was looking to get in from? No, I think I got in as we did this right here because the news came out at 7:30. That's exactly what happened on Tuesday. Yep, news came out. So I saw that kind of leak. I saw this kind of do this right here. So then I got in as we broke the highs. On position as we broke this high. Bam, let me in. Targeting. Let's see. Back. Back. I was targeting back into this 4-hour resistance. And then I have my stops right below that wick. I said, we come all the way back down here. There's no reason to come back down here. So we do, then yeah, let me out. So that's what had happened. And then we're going to hit that play button and see what the freak happened. But based off the way I identify the high to the low, lower high should be going to make a new lower low. I saw this as a push down that failed to create new lows. So then now we're trying to swing back to the top side. So I'm looking for them buys to continue. Theoretically, I could have saved myself some trouble because this push right here did not break the high. So if you watch the beginning of this video, then this area right here should become what? I'm gonna let you answer. Put the answer in the comments if you're watching. This area should turn into what? So that means we should be looking for the shorts. But in real time, I didn't really see it that way. And I was like, let me get into some buys. That play button. Leakage, leakage, and more leakage. I got stopped out immediately. Leakage and leakage and leakage, leakage. And then you got the liquidity grab right over here. Bam, let me get you. So that's what happened. Hold on one second. But yeah, I ended up getting clapped right over here. So I done lost twice this week. So now I'm like, shit. And I'm like, bro, why did I not just take this shorts? Price action was pump faking on my emotions, bro. I hadn't got clapped twice. And this one was quick clap too. Because after the news came and I saw price action leak down here, I was like, okay, maybe we're going bearish. But then I saw it suck back up and close bullish. I was like, yeah, we're going for the buys. Let's get in. And I think part of that is that's just what the market does with your head. But if you just follow the simple rules and techniques that you created for yourself prior to hopping in some of these trades and just slow down and really analyze what's really going on, what's really calculating. Like I said, we didn't close above here, so I should not have been looking for the buys. Um, this area did not cause a break in structure on the hourly time frame to the top side. So I should have known that this area was going to turn to liquidity. And we got these three zones down here that still have not been tapped. Now, had I had an hop into my shorts at the beginning of the week, I probably would not have been looking for these right here because I would have been in some stupid profits. Seeing this pull, this break and retest right here, this probably would have started making me question some things. But as we did not close above the structural high right over here, we could just let that thing run on out. And then that's what you got. So we'll fast forward to the London session. Look at that linkage. Now pushing into the London session, what you got right here is the 50% play. We're going to jump to the higher time frame now, to the 1 hour. We got the 50% play has now been closed below. So the only thing we would have been looking for based off of the 50% play based off of the fib was, do we come down here and do we start to consolidate? Does price action leak down here, come here, and then start to do this right here for me? See some fuckery like this and then get up out of there? No, it didn't. It just leaked right into that area. So basically, you cannot formulate any buys based off of the 50% of the fib level for any type trades during the or on AU. Now, what we have done succeedingly is tap into that demand zone. So now coming into the London, if I was at the chart, I want to see price action start to reject. Now, right here, you got big ass candles falling into this area, and you got a big ass candle pushing more than 50% of this range. Yeah, almost pushing through. So I don't think that this level would have been hold up. So I definitely would not have been looking for no buys right up in here based off of that little demand zone looking left as price action pushed to the top side. What we do have is a new 4-hourly range with the high to the low, lower high, wherever this stops be lower low. So this turns into that new for our resistance. All right. And then we just have to re-identify the hourly range as we go. But so far, Mr. Trade got cooked over here, got cooked over there. And now I'm starting to really get into my feelings because it's Wednesday. I'd have had some perfect opportunities. I'd have had some great identifying markers on the chart. I'm just not listening to my pre-planned self. I'm trying to go off of in the moment self, and it's getting me up. But yeah, we'll go ahead and advance that thing on to that next Asian session. Let me see what the London session does for us. Because the London session calls us to consolidate right here. Now, generally, if the Asian session pushes, the London session will give you that retracement, and then the New York session will continue to move. That's generally how it goes. Let's see what happens right here. So hit that play button. Ooh, completely closed below there. So the demand zone comes off going into the next Asian session as far as trying to formulate buys. Let's see what happens. So now I think we're well into the New York session that opened up right over here. So coming to the charts during the New York session, I was not trying to hop into any trades. What I would just do during the New York session is just peep over and see what happened. Did we break through that 50%? Did we break through that demand zone? Did we break through last chance you? So coming over here, I said, okay, well, shit, price action came down right above that last chance you based off of the fibs, and we didn't tap into it just yet. So now I really got some more waiting to do because I really want to see price action push into this level, reject this level, and then get back to the top side. So hit that play button all the way to the Asian session. And so coming into the Asian session, what I see right here is we, just skimmed the top of it. We didn't really push into that level. Also, we got this new 4-hourly range from way up here, so we could be expecting a retracement. But if we thought price action was going to continue to go bullish based off a higher time frame range, we got the high to the low. This could be a new area where we start that new higher low to then start to get back to the top side and go high. So what had happened was price action came open right over her, and let me see. This is Wednesday night. What did I do on Wednesday? I think I tried to short from right over here. I really think I did. Let me hit that play button. Yeah, I think I tried to short from right there. And then price action did that. Yeah. Um, oh, hold up, go back. There was something else. That was something. Yeah, that's what I saw. This right here was a bullish close candle on forex.com. I don't want to switch the chart because I don't want it to play out, but this was a bullish candle. So I had this candle right here identified as the hourly resistance, like this. And what I had did was hourly resist. What I did was I set up a sell limit based off of that area. I said, okay, well, if price action come up here and start to reject, then I'm getting active. I think I put it right at the bottom of that candle, something like that, with the stops right above there. I said, what I'm gonna do is because we didn't tap into this level right here real deep, like I'm gonna just target 50% of that level, and then I'm gonna catch my little scalps, and I'm gonna be done for the night. I'm gonna get up out of that thing. I'm gonna slide on out on there, real crispy, like um, right there. Yeah, so that's what that was my thought process for this trade. Price action pushes up and it pushed right into that candle, and then it looked like it started to reject. Even on the 15-minute, you go up, you tap into a little area right over here, and then you get a bearish candle right after that. So I'm like, oh yeah, she fine. She cool. We about to get active. I'm about to try to make back a little bit that I lost over here, that I lost over there. Let's see what we can do. Hit that play button. Price action stops me out. Oh man, I'm about to blow my top at this point. So I'm like, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. We continue to go bullish. The thing for me was we did not touch deep within this level. So I was not really expecting price action to really get up out of there like that. But that's what happened. That's what it was. And the boy got cooked. So then we fast forward all the way through to that London session. I can't tell you that I would have been expecting this or how to potentially try to catch these buys during the Asian session. Because another thing that I saw was we did start to consolidate right down here. And I did not see a liquidity grab. Now, I had price action leak down right here from the beginning and then rejected this top side, then I would have been looking for the buys. But what I'm thinking right here is a buy to sell or sell, a buy to sell or a sell to buy. And then none of those scenarios played out. So I just had to kind of look to the higher time frame and see what I could find to see where I could potentially get in from. So price action came to that level, pushed above, got me clapped. and I done lost for the third time this week. No wins. Pushing into the London session, we see price action pushes up bullish in the Asian. So, like we said, if the Asian session goes one way, the London session usually like to give you that retracement, and then New York session likes to go back the opposite direction. So, hit that play button. I'm gonna slide this over just for visual references. We are now into that London session. Let's see. Give me this right up in there somewhere. I'll go back and mark it accurately later. And then you got this for that Asian range. And then you got that. So now coming back from the London and the New York session, looking at it from there, you say, okay, well, shoot, we didn't drive deep into that area, but we did tap in it more than we did the previous day. And then we got the second big bullish reaction from, we barely skimmed into this zone. Then we really kind of just pushed in it by like a pip or two, and we really got the bullish reaction. So if we, ain't really got up out of there, ain't really left this area when we come back to the Asian, I'm looking for the buys. I'm gonna get active. So I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward through all this to the Asian session. And I'm gonna tell you, so what I saw was we came down here, did this little move, pushed up. We came back down. I believe this was news here, or maybe here during the New York session. We came back down and we kind of broke the low. So I was like, but then the news pushed us to the top side. I was like, ooh, okay. So we breaking structure in a bullish manner. So high, low, higher, high. This could be that new higher low. If it is, I'm getting negative. So I bumped down to the 15. I see price action doing all this right here. And guess what? Your boy hopped up in that thing. As soon as we started breaking right over there, I was targeting all the way back up to that 4-hour resistance right there. Now I got my stops below this level because we still have not technically dipped down in here like I really want to see. This is the consolidation I'm looking for, but after we tap into this level, but we still consolidated. No matter what, we consolidated here, got a slight consolidation there. We tried to break out here, pulled back. We tried to break out again, and we did not break the low. Had this price action come down and close below here, I would have definitely had to wait and probably would have missed out on the trade. Had it closed below this area right over here. So looking at this, I actually hopped in over here like 2 or 3 times. So same trade area within the market, just 2 or 3 positions that were open right over here. Because like we said from the weekend analysis, we were looking for this. We was wanting price action to come over here. We wanted it to come all the way down here and touch into this area, potentially to start taking buy. So as we create that range on the daily, I think it's the same thing on, was it GJ? GJ had just broke the 4-hour support. We drew in the 50%, then we drew in the last chance U. This is what we're looking for when we say as far as price action come down to those zones, start to consolidate, and then show us what we want to see as far as get back to the top side. But yeah, so hopped off in this thing, hit that play button, see what happened. So we take off, we start to consolidate, we start doing this. I'm in 2, 3 times right now. I'm still at the charts at this point. One of my positions I actually did close once we got up in here, started to consolidate because I saw this buy to sell. It's in the wrong spot. Usually I like to see it on this side, but it's on this side right here. So that made me kind of a little nervous, especially after already getting cooked 3 times in the market, 1, 2, 3 right over here. So what I said was, let me go ahead and grab a little bit of profits to kind of secure some of the, or remake back some of these losses right over here. And then I'm gonna let the rest run. What ended up happening was price action came all the way back down past entry, and I hopped in again. I was watching it through the London. I was awake right here. I stayed awake because this trade had me a little bit nervous. I wasn't really sure how it was going to play out. But as we came back down, all the way back down here, I hopped in again, like a pip or two below my original entry because I saw these equal lows, kind of like we saw before. Well, I had to stop set. I saw these equal lows, so I put an entry right there because I felt like price action was going to liquidate that. Um, like I said, if the Asian goes bullish, London likes to retrace, New York likes to continue. Hit that play button, and then you just see how that thing played on that on Friday. This is what I was talking. No, I think I had re-identified. This is a boy. Either way, hopped into the trade. Did we push all the way up there? Let me see. I can't remember now. No, I think that's as far as it went right here. Simply. weekly open. Yeah, that's as far as it went. So I was targeting this high right up here. So I re-identified at some point because this was it was a 4 hour resistance that I was targeting. Price action pushed right back into it. Suffered a little bit of drawdown, so I closed one early. This one ended up running. The second entry ended up running all the way up to the targets. I don't think I trailed. I think I left the stops all the way down there just in case we did come back into that level, and pretty much somewhere close to a break even week. A little bit in profit because the loss right here was 12 pips. Loss right over here was only a couple pips. Loss right here was a couple pips. So with this, makes up for this and that loss, and then like I said, a little bit more than break even. But yeah, it was pretty much a back and forth week. Um, I was happy to see, and I learned a lot about my trading plan and just sticking to the rules and staying with what I was seeing for the most part. Because had I just, followed my rules, just followed my levels that I identified from the weekend analysis, I probably wouldn't have had no loss. I probably would have got in right here, let that thing ride on out. And then, yeah, it would have just kept leaking. And then once we got down here, I probably would have started looking for the buys for real, for real. And then just, probably a 2 trade week had I just stuck to the rules and stuck to the plan. So if you're watching this, if you made it to this far in the video, I appreciate you. Thank you for supporting the content. Um, Definitely hit that like button. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. What did I do over here? I guess I did. I took profit right up here though. I did. It didn't. Yeah, this was not the take profit that I had. It was right up here. Price action. I didn't have to close. It closed automatically. So, yeah, 2 positions smacked up right up over there. Throughout the New York session. I believe this is news as well. But this right here had me a little bit nervous. Definitely made me somewhat want to close. Um, yeah, that's what it was. So like I said, thanks for watching. I appreciate you. Do this for y'all because, like I said, your boy definitely had been on the trust. I just wasn't making no video content. And now I'm starting to get back, my time back to me to where I can come back and make these videos and try to help somebody else. But that's all I got for y'all. I'm out of that thing.